Well, they are tasked with taking your kids to school, but a CBS 5 investigation found dozens of cases of Valley school buses caught running red lights on photo radar cameras.
And as Derek Stahl uncovered, in some districts, many of the fines are never paid.
In December 2014, a photo enforcement camera caught this Scottsdale Unified School bus running a red light on Tatum Boulevard. 9 days later, the same bus was caught running a red light at Scottsdale and Thomas. 19 days later, the same bus was caught speeding. But in all three of the cases, the citations were never paid.
That really upsets me because my son was killed by a red light runner. It wasn't by a bus driver, but just the thought that somebody is trusting this driver to take their children to school, and that is a lot of lives in their hands.
Barbara Hoffman's 14-year-old son Michael was hit and killed in 2004. She's now the executive director of Red Means Stop Traffic Safety Alliance.
Well, I think it's important for the drivers to take responsibility and pay their tickets, and then they can go to traffic survival school and get educated of how dangerous red light running is. If they ignore it, then they won't be accountable, and things can just escalate.
Across the Valley's 15 largest school districts, photo radar cameras captured bus drivers running red lights at least 50 times since 2012 and speeding at least 10 times. Scottsdale Unified had the most violations with 30, and more than half were never paid. We discovered 9 of the cases were tossed out because the driver never responded to the citation in the mail. 8 more cases were closed because Scottsdale Unified never returned paperwork identifying the driver in the first place.
We see this situation come up a lot with company-owned vehicles. Under Arizona law, there is no duty, there's no requirement to provide the identification of the drivers.
Attorney Russ Rickelsoff says police can only issue a citation for a photo radar violation if the school district voluntarily IDs the driver within 60 days. And he says the district may have incentives not to.
If a driver gets a citation, the school district is going to have to pay more money in insurance to insure their drivers. And it can be tough for school districts to find drivers.
All 10 of Phoenix Union High School's photo cases got tossed out because the district failed to identify its drivers in time, including 1 with a school bus and 6 with vans designed to carry kids. But in Mesa Public Schools, it's a different story.
We have an obligation to the children and the safety of this district.
The state's largest school district identified the bus drivers in all 22 of its photo radar cases. Only 1 ticket went unpaid because the driver never responded.
Like anyone else, if you receive a citation in your own vehicle, you would be responsible for taking care of that citation. So it would be no different for one of our drivers, and we hold our drivers to a higher standard.
So all throughout last week, we repeatedly asked for interviews and information from Scottsdale Unified. A district spokesperson only provided us with a statement about their policy and did not answer questions about those unpaid tickets and what they plan to do moving forward.
All right, so that's Scottsdale. What about the other districts that you asked? Are they responding? Any changes happening?
Yeah, some districts were really surprised. In fact, in Phoenix Union High School, they said they had no idea their tickets were going unpaid. Every single one was unpaid, but they say they will be taking steps in the future to ensure that they do.
Great job. Thank you, Derek.